We got fortunate. He got a job to do the ductwork at Kellogg's, and he began to get familiar with Rome. We began to work with him to get him familiar with Rome, and he sort of fell in love with it and didn't worry about having to drive a little bit off of 75, which was a real plus, because you always hear the negative about Rome being off of 75. But he just became in love with Rome, and we were fortunate to get him.
That's great. And again, they're looking at, they're going to refit, or they are refitting the currently former Watt of Metals building. They hope to have that online by 1st of June?
Yeah, by getting an existing building, because he first started looking to build, and we were showing him sites to build on. But the Watt building allowed him to get up and running pretty quick, and he's got to do a little bit of roof work, and other than that, he's going to be good to go.
That's outstanding. This is a purchase, right?
Yeah, this is a purchase. So it's a 55,000 square foot building with plenty of room to expand, with land behind him that he can grow to. So we're excited about having him here.
Well, that's a couple, many good things about that. Number one, you talk about room to expand. Already looking at 30 jobs coming online. New jobs, right? Or is it relocation?
Right. No, these are new jobs.
Brand new jobs.
These are new jobs.
All right, brand new jobs coming to the market. And he's got room to grow, talking about potential 10 new employees maybe in the first year or two after they open up.
Right.
And even more room to grow. What I find refreshing, and maybe just a personal belief, but I mean, here's we're taking an existing building already created, already out there, some refit, some refurbishment, they're up and running.
Right, and that's great for Rome. It's great for that industrial park, and to be able to reuse an existing building is great. That's
outstanding. Again, this will be, is this a corporate headquarters, or is this a subsidiary?
They're out of Ponca City, Oklahoma, and they actually have a lot of shipping costs because of this specialized process that they have. And they were looking for a site west of the Mississippi, east of the Mississippi, to be able to cut their shipping costs. So they will distribute out of this plant on the eastern coast. That's
ideal. And of course, they do duct work. Can you tell us about the exact?
Well, I'm not the expert here, but what Jack tells me is that it's a sealed, a continuous sealed ductwork that doesn't allow any penetrations of moisture or air into the ductwork, which is very crucial for the food industry. And he has a patent on the process, so that's exciting. So he'll continue to grow. That's sort of my extent of the knowledge of it.
But that is easy, but that's the important part, I think. It's something that is patented. It's not something you're going to find every day. It's not like going down to Home Depot and saying, "Give me some, let's buy some ductwork." This stuff's high tech.
Right.
Not high tech, but it's just it's sealed.
Right.
It's a nice addition to the market. And you mentioned he's already got some clients in the area.
Yes, I know he did Kellogg, but every time I talk to him, he's always traveling up and down the East Coast. So they are a growing company.
And you mentioned also, they maybe wanted something a little closer to 75. I mean, believe me, and I do it weekly with family and all that kind of good stuff. Yeah, we're a little bit back from 75. We got a good 25-mile run, but we got two great access points to 75. Say what you want to. Georgia 140 is not a bad drive. 411, 41, okay, you got some turns to make, but even before we get this, we won't go into the 411 connect the whole deal today, but it's not that hard to get here.
No, it's really not, and the trade-off for what little bit amount of time it takes them to get here, the quality of life in Rome is just phenomenal, and that's really what helped and finally seal the deal.
Talking about recruitment, Jimmy has been instrumental with the city, the county, the chamber in bringing thermal sealed duct systems and 30 to 40 new jobs to the market. Talking about before the break, Jimmy, how competitive is it to bring somebody to Floyd County, and how do you build on our quality of life as an inducement or a perk?
Right. Well, it is very competitive, and any time you're recruiting anybody, it's a team effort. City and county does a great job. The chamber works so much behind the scenes that you really don't see what's going on, but they're out there plugging and pushing Rome, and it's getting people comfortable. It's no different from selling somebody a house that is new to Rome. You just take your time and get them comfortable with the amenities in Rome and answer their questions, because most of the time they're generating a ton of questions, and all you're doing is answering their questions.
And the questions are going to be lifestyle, quality of life.
Everything that supports, the education system, the basic employment rate, the skill of the labor force. The medical community is a huge draw. how does the city and county work to support, and you know, so many times the city and county in other towns will fight and not get along, but we have such a great relationship with the city, the county, and the chamber that everybody sees that, and that is a huge draw for Rome, that they know that when they come to Rome, it's going to be what we say it is.
That's wonderful. And I tell you, that mood has changed. Around 6 to 8 years ago, that might not have been the same, but we've seen a real nice coming together of the city and county commissions especially. I mean, you know, a lot more, there's no longer he said, she said, or whatever you want to call it. There's more cooperation out there. Again, also with the chamber, you know, every time you get something like this coming in or another employer, you hear so often about the support from the Georgia Northwestern Region of Technical Colleges, for example, about work ready. The medical, I mean, you know, we have top flight medical, just opened up, you know, let's face it, we just opened up a brand new cancer center and a brand new specialty hospital back to back, what, a month and a half apart. Already a great medical system, now 2 new players. The colleges, I mean, we have roughly 7,000, 8,000 college students in this town spread among the 4 campuses. Post-secondary education, we have great, you know, public education, great private education. It's really a nice sell, but you got to get their attention first to make that sell. Is there one trick or one method you could use to get people's attention about Rome and Floyd County? Is there one big thing? You gotta. It's like the resume. You give somebody a resume, it's your first impression. What type of resume can you send an industrial prospect?
Well, that's a hard question to answer. First off, they have to be looking for this region. I mean, it's hard to recruit somebody from, say, California that's not really looking at this region. So you've got to get, and that's part of the job of the statewide developers and all of that, that's looking for folks that want this region. And really, it's like anything else. And especially in today's market, you get a lead and you grab a hold of them by the leg and you just don't let them go. And follow up and constantly staying in contact with them because people are looking for reasons to take you off the list. And if you just staying in touch with them, and that's just old-fashioned hard work.
That's interesting. I like that comment, that they're looking for reasons to take you off the list. You're trying to find a way, they're trying to find a way. Let's narrow this list down. And
right,
your job, and the city and county and chamber job, is to no. You got to make a bulletproof deal for them.
Right, exactly.
And it's amazing to see somehow how some of this works. You know, anything can turn, you know, that deal away. Look at this whole thing coming up, this Dream Parks over in Emerson. I mean, there were 3 other communities in the hunt for that, including the Disney World. And to see Northwest Georgia in particular nail that thing,
right,
is impressive.
Right.
But here we have 30 to 40 new jobs, thermal sealed duct systems. Again, these folks will be, I guess they'll be hiring soon. They're opening up in June.
Yeah, they're already interviewing. So some of it had to stay under the radar. He was actually doing some interviewing before we could release the fact that he closed on the building. He just wanted to make sure that he got the building closed, sold, and ready to go before it went public with all of this. So the building just closed last week.